Hey guys, it's Vaughn. Today I'm going to show you how to get this natural looking elongated double cornrow look. Currently trending as boxer braids, we all know this is a black girl classic. I wore my hair like this all the time when I was little, but today I'm going to show you my adult take on it. So for starters, my hair is clean and a little bit moisturized. First thing I got to do is get it out of this ponytail, finger comb it a little bit, get the hair flowing in the downward direction, because next I'm going to be doing a part in my hair and I need to split it in half and I need it to cooperate. Since this is a part that is very visible, it needs to be super straight. So on this part I actually took my time and made sure that this part was perfectly flawlessly straight. Next thing you need to do is secure both sections of hair so that they don't crisscross and come together. And then I'm going to put a part down the exact center of one of the halves. Now this part doesn't have to be that straight because it's actually hidden. So you're just going to part 2 times to create an area for you to be able to do a cornrow. And so in case you didn't notice by now, we're going to be using extensions for this hairstyle, okay? So this braid that you're putting down the middle is actually going to be your anchor braid. We're actually going to sew hair onto it. Before I do anything to this piece of hair, I'm going to moisturize with a little bit of water that actually helps the product to be absorbed. I'm going to be using the ORS Curls Unleashed Shea Butter and Mango Leave-In Conditioner. This is going to help soften and moisturize my hair and get it prepared for my cornrow. If you get a good leave-in conditioner, it can really act as a detangler. I swear it makes it so much easier to detangle the hair. So here I'm just installing my cornrow. Does not have to be neat or anything, just make sure that it's nice and tight. And I'm just going to braid the hair all the way down. And now for the elongated part, I'm actually going to add some hair. That's how we're going to get the length and the volume that you guys saw at the beginning of the video. I'm going to use 2 tracks for this look. I just want to make sure that they're both even and that they fit the length of my braid. So this was literally my first time trying to attempt any kind of sew-in deal. So you guys out there have to bear with me on this one, but it's also so easy that anyone can do it. So just threading my sewing needle, I'm going to put the 2 tracks together. I'm actually going to sew them in together to the braid. So I'm not going to sew them one at a time. They're going in together. Even as a beginner, sewing a track to a braid is a very common sense procedure. You really can't mess this up. I would just say as a beginner like me, take your time. You don't want to stab yourself in the scalp. It will hurt because these needles are actually pretty heavy duty. So just go slow, sew it through, pull it relatively tightly. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Once I got to the end of my cornrow, there was like the braid that was kind of hanging down. I just looped that braid up and sewed it into itself. And I just did like a couple of loops just to secure it. I didn't really sew mine super tight because I didn't really plan on leaving this up very long. I was just going to wear this for a couple days. But if you are going to be wearing your hair like this long term, you definitely want to secure it very tightly. And also the weave texture that you use, make sure that it matches your natural texture. That's going to make all the difference. I'll put the info below on the type of extensions that I'm using in this video. So I just repeated the same steps for the other half of my hair. Now it's time to prepare for the final phase. For my first layer of moisture, I'm just using the ORS Curls Unleashed Cucumber and Aloe Vera Curl Refreshing Detangler. I really love the super easy application of this spray bottle. Followed by an elongator. So I'm going to use this product, which moisturizes, defines, and elongates the hair. It's the ORS Curls Unleashed Coconut and Shea Butter Curl Amplifying Gel Souffle. If you're into more creamier products, I would recommend the Curl Defining Cream or the Curl Smoothie as well. Once I'm done working all the product in and the hair is detangled, I'm going to move on to other sections. So I'm just going to twist this one to keep it in place in the meantime. So I'm just straight repeating the steps, layering my products, starting with my Curl Refreshing Detangler, following up with my Gel Souffle, twisting the hair, and moving on. For me, this style was all about shine, definition, and hold. So I needed to reach for some products that I knew would give me those results. So it's almost time for more braiding, but before we do, I have to control the edges. The edges for this hairstyle is very, very important. So I'm using the ORS Curls Unleashed Apricot Oil Natural Hold Edge Gel. This product provides a good firm yet soft hold. That's why you see me applying it not only on my edges but all over the surface of my hair because I'm not worried about it being crunchy or leaving flakes. You'll also notice I'm applying this stuff and brushing it in while the hair is still twisted because I'm really trying to control shrinkage. So right when I'm absolutely ready to start braiding, I'm going to take the twist down, I'm going to finger comb the hair, blend it in, and start my cornrow. I would say try to do this process as neatly as you can, but keeping in mind if you do make mistakes, you can always brush over it to smooth out the lumps. I braided the hair all the way to the end and secured it with a little hair tie. I added a little bit of the gel souffle to the ends just to make it curly. Now, of course, I'm going to repeat the steps on the other half of my hair. For some reason, I feel like the second half was a little bit neater than the first half, but that's kind of how it goes when you're braiding. It's like you're practicing and it gets better, but that's okay because if you have time, you can actually do the first one over. So here are the completed braids. My hair is fully integrated with the extension hair. I'm just slicking over the edges to make sure that it's nice and smooth. I'm going to apply my satin line cap, and I'll see you guys in an hour. So I'm back. I've applied a little makeup because tonight is date night. And as you can see, the edges are very, very smooth. It's a really good idea to put a cap on or a satin bonnet or a satin scarf to really smooth the edges down and lay them flat. To complete the look, I would say definitely take a brush and brush out a little bit of the edges. I even like to pull out some hairs at the temple and let them kind of naturally curl. This really helps pull off the effortless natural look. To really spice up this look, the braids could definitely be longer and you can also do more braids. Either way, I really like the idea of having some kind of extensions involved because without it, my cornrow braids are really small and really prickly and they kind of just like curl under and it's just not a sexy look, okay? As a bonus to this look, since the hair is already saturated with curly product and you had it in the braids, you can take these braids down the next day, okay? You can add some of the Curl Refresher by Curls Unleashed and rock a braid out look. I love this look. I mean, if you sew this in properly, you could actually toggle between these two hairstyles for a while. And for all of you moms out there, I have a surprise for you. I've got a Curls Unleashed for Kids giveaway happening on my Instagram right now. For your little one, you could win a mango and cucumber curl detangling shampoo, a coconut and shea butter in or out conditioner, and twist and curl cream. All you have to do is follow ORS Curls Unleashed on Facebook and Instagram. Simply repost my ORS Curls Unleashed for Kids giveaway post using the hashtag EasyPeasyHairdo. I'll list all the giveaway details below. And thanks for watching.